The video you're about to watch is going to teach you about chords. And if you want to go a little further with the subject, you should check out my brand new course, Chord Builder, which is going to give you everything you need to build complex, rich, beautiful chords in a very simple way. Check it out. It's available right now at an early bird discount. The link is below. Let's get into this video. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some chords that are going to make you sound super professional, and it's fun, easy, and very rewarding. I'll meet you right after this. Hello, David Wallman here. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping you develop your musical personality so that you can tell a better musical story. Now, before we get started, I'm going to get some questions about this. I know it. I just see them below. This is a Harley Benton Pro Series guitar. It's pretty awesome and it's very cheap, but not cheap, if you know what I mean. It's affordable. It's not cheap. It's affordable. Very affordable. It's pretty awesome. Link below. Let's get started. There was a time where I thought that I needed to know every single chord that were out there in order to be a good guitar player, and I was wrong. But I still tried. I would buy some chord books, learn everything, try to commit everything to memory, and then for some reason, I could memorize 20 chords. And then a new chord would come, it had to take the place of another chord in there, and it was very confusing, a big mess, and really, I was kind of wasting my time. And that was until I realized that really, in order to build any chords, I only needed to know my intervals. And intervals have been covered on the channel so many times. This is not a lesson on intervals, but if you want to go a little bit further with intervals, at the end of this video, I'll link you to a video that will help you out. But for now, this is the method that I use to come up with new chords that sound so much better than the typical cowboy chords. And for those of you who don't know what I mean by cowboy chords, those are the open string chords, like a G chord, a C chord, an A minor, you know, those chords that you first start learning, and then there's the F, you know, oh no, I'm gonna give up guitar. But those are the chords that I'm talking about. And that was until I realized that really all I needed was the key that would allow me to understand what a chord was, how it was made, and if I had the key, I could basically come up with any chords and analyze any chords that were thrown at me. And that's the most important thing. Now, this is not a lesson on intervals. This is a lesson on coming up with new shapes and using them. I'm going to just assume that you know your intervals. If you don't, watch this video till the end, and I will link to a video that will teach you everything about intervals, very simple. But I'm just going to assume that you know what intervals are and how to figure them out. The method is based on the simple fact that a chord is two or more notes played at the same time. Just put your fingers on the fretboard, play something, that's a chord. And that's exactly what we'll be doing. I'm going to use 4 fingers. You can use less if you want, but just 4 is enough. And just place these fingers on the fretboard. Okay, I just place them right here. I'm going to look at what's going on. What do I have here? I have a bar here with my index, so I'm going to make sure that my bar is positioned correctly. It happens to be on the 8th fret. It could have been anywhere else. I just placed my fingers on the fretboard. I'm just kind of adjusting my technique a little bit. The pinky is fretting the 3rd string, 11th fret. Okay, that's a good placement. I don't need to move that. And then here, okay, here's something a little off because I just placed my fingers on the fretboard. It's not always accurate, so I have 2 fingers, the middle and the ring finger, on the same exact string. Well, that means that that's not necessary, right? I can lift my middle finger right here, and that'll be my chord. And I'm going to play all the notes that are fretted. So that's strings 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what we have. Not pretty, but that's okay. That's where we're going to reshape this by moving things around a little bit. And that's where your ear really comes into the picture. So as of now, from the 5th string to the 1st string, I have frets 8, 8, 11, 10, and 8. That's actually kind of cool. When I hear it another time, it's kind of pretty. I kind of like it. But if you don't, we're going to move things around. So this one, I don't really like that one. So I'm going to move it either 1 fret higher. I like that a lot. Or 1 fret lower. I like it too, but it's too typical. We heard that before. So I'm going to move that pinky to the 12th fret. Always 1 fret higher or lower. And then we'll have on the second string the 10th fret. Yeah, I like that. And then on the first string, 8th fret. So altogether, we went from this, which was just placing our fingers on the fretboard, to this. Oh yeah, I like that. Now this is movable, right? I can move that because all the strings are fretted. I can move that 1 fret. Lower. And I can move this all the way down until I have an open string here. Way easier than what we had here, right? Now I have this. Okay, that's an A something, right? I like it a lot. A what? I don't know. And I don't really need to know, but it would be nice to know the intervals, because if I can know the intervals of my chord, I can match with it a scale, and I can start doing things like that, right? And that's where you are starting to take that thing that started with a shape, a random shape, just like a shape of Play-Doh that you're shaping into something, and you want to reuse that. You want to be able to take what you built out of a block of Play-Doh, it became a house. Next time you want to build a village, you will go to that exact knowledge of building a house out of a formless piece of clay. And that's what we're doing right now. So we have this. The open string on A is going to be considered the root, the 1. Now, as I was playing this, I feel that this note right here on the 4th string is too rich for me. This chord, I don't like it as much as skipping the 4th string. This is very usable for me, so I'm gonna analyze this. So what is this note on the 3rd string, 4th fret, according to that A? Well, that's where the intervals are very, very handy, but I also have an A on the low E string, 5th fret. This is easier for me to analyze. This happens to be a 2nd or a 9th. So I have a root, a 2 or a 9, doesn't matter, we'll call it a 2. This right here, on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. What is that according to this note right here? Well, this is a major 3rd. So I have now a chord with a 1, a 2, a major 3rd, which is a major chord, right? And then this note right here, which is an E. What is E according to A? Well, that's a 5th. So I have a chord with a 1, 9, we'll call it 2, 3, and 5. Great. This means that I can play, use a scale that has a 1, 2, 3, and 5. That's where I'm going to go into that folder that has all the scales and the formulas, and I'm going to dig in that folder to find scales that have the same characteristics as the chord that we found by just placing our fingers on the fretboard. And so that means that we need a scale with a 1, a major 2nd, a major 3rd, and a 5th. And there are multiple scales that fit the bill. For example, Ionian would work. So I could play Ionian over this. Blend the Ionian mode with that scale. But that's not the only one. We can also use Mixolydian, because Mixolydian also has a 1, 2, 3, 5. But also Lydian. Right? And all of that started with a bulk piece of Play-Doh. Well, me putting my fingers on the fretboard, hearing what it sounds like, and adjusting a little bit. Yes, I like that. So that, I can start analyzing that and figuring out the intervals and matching it with scales, and possibilities are really endless. Now, if you've never seen a lesson on this channel, you might be wondering, I'm left off with a lot of options to explore, a lot of roads to take, a lot of paths. Yes, and that's the beauty, I think, of the instrument. Many paths can be opened with a simple concept, and I would love for you to take this to heart and explore any of the paths that you want to explore. If you want a little bit of help getting started, I have some shapes that I wrote in a PDF that you can download for free. Those shapes should be seen as new paths of exploration. Explore these shapes, play them. If you don't like a shape that I'm giving you in the PDF, don't play it. Move on to the next one. There's no point in studying something that doesn't sound good to you. There are so many things musically that you can do. Don't waste your time with something that just doesn't resonate with you. And you can download that for free. There's a link below in the description of this video. Sign up once, you'll get access to this video's downloads and many other videos on the channel. And if this is your first visit, thank you very much. I hope you like this. Watch another video. I'm going to link to 2 useful ones, including the one on intervals if you're not quite familiar with it. And consider subscribing and hit that bell notification. People say smash it. I don't like that word. Smash it if you want. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time. Practice well.